Intercity rail services are express passenger train services that cover longer distances than commuter or regional trains. There is no precise definition of intercity rail. Its meaning may vary from country to country. Most broadly, it can include any rail services that are neither short-distance commuter rail trains within one city area, nor slow regional rail trains calling at all stations and covering local journeys only. Most typically, an intercity train is an express train with limited stops and comfortable carriages to serve long-distance travel. Intercity rail sometimes provides international services. This is most prevalent in Europe, due to the close proximity of its 50 countries in a 10,180,000 square kilometer area. Eurostar and Eurocity are examples of this. In many European countries, the word intercity or intercity is an official brand name for a network of regular interval, relatively long-distance train services that meet certain criteria of speed and comfort. This use of the term appeared in the United Kingdom in the 1960s and has been widely imitated. The speeds of intercity rail lines are quite diverse, ranging from 50 km per hour in order to be competitive with car, bus and other methods of transport. The distance of an intercity rail journey is usually at least 50 to 100 km. Although in many large metropolitan areas commuter and regional services cover equal or longer distances. A distance of 100 to 500 km is a common journey distance for intercity rail in many countries. In many cases, railway travel is most competitive at about 2 to 3 hours journey time. Intercity rail can often compete with highways and short-haul air travel for journeys of this distance. In journeys of 500 to 1000 kilometers are examples of this type of journey. In conventional non-high-speed rail, overnight trains are common for this distance. In some countries with a dense rail network, large territory, or less air and car transport, such as China, India, and Russia, overnight long-distance train services are provided and used practically. In many other countries, such long-distance rail journey has been replaced by air travel except for tourism or hobbyist purposes, luxury train journeys, or significant cost benefit. Amtrak long-distance services in the United States and the Indian Pacific in Australia are examples. Faster high-speed rail of 350 kilometers may play a significant role in long-distance travel in the future. Railways in Africa are still developing or not practically used for passenger purposes in many countries, but the following countries have intercity services between major cities. Trains run by China Railway link almost every town and city in the People's Republic of China mainland, including Beijing, Guangzhou, Shanghai, Shenzhen and Xi'an, as well as onwards from Shenzhen across the border to Kowloon, Hong Kong. New high-speed lines from 200 to 350 km per hour operation are constructed, and many conventional lines are also upgraded to 200 km per hour operation. Currently there are 7 high-speed intercity lines in China, with up to 21 planned. They are operated independently from the often parallel high-speed rail lines. Japan has 6 main regional passenger railway companies, known collectively as Japan Railways Group or simply as JR4. JR companies operate the bullet trains on very fast and frequent Shinkansen lines that link all the larger cities, including Tokyo, Yokohama, Nagoya, Kyoto, Osaka, Hiroshima, Fukuoka and many more. Many other cities are covered by a network of JRs, limited express, intercity trains on 1067 mm narrow gauge lines. Major cities are covered by convenient train services of every 1 hour or more frequent. In addition to the JR group, Japan has several major regional carriers such as the Kantetsu and Nagoya railroads. Intercity railway services crossing the Hong Kong-China border are jointly operated by Hong Kong's MTR Corporation Limited and the Ministry of Railways of the People's Republic of China. Currently, Hung Hom Station is the only station in the territory where passengers can catch these cross-border trains. Passengers are required to go through immigration and customs inspections of Hong Kong before boarding a cross-border train or alighting from such a train. There are currently 3 cross-border train services on the conventional line. A new border crossing service, the Guangzhou-Shenzhen-Hong Kong Express Rail Link, has been approved and has been granted 6.6 billion Hong Kong dollars in funding by the Legislative Council's Finance Committee. The line has been opened in 2018 with a new station West Kowloon terminus in the city center. Taiwan Island's coastline is connected by frequent intercity train services by Taiwan Railway Administration. Taiwan High-Speed Rail, opened in 2007, covers the most populated West Coast corridor. Chinese. Dui Hao Lai Che. There are Chukwang Express and Zhejiang Limited Express. Almost every major town and city in South Korea is linked by railway. Run.